Hi my friends, in today's video we are going to take a look at several bowls that we rough turned several months ago and we painted them with paraffin wax, so we are going to see what happened. Hi my friends, how are you? I hope everybody's fine. My name is Daniel Villarino. Welcome to my YouTube channel. First of all, I would like to apologize. It has been a long time since I posted videos. Actually, I posted one a few weeks ago, but it was a work that I did like 8 months before. The problem is that the work at my office has been really intense lately. I haven't had much time to come to the workshop, much less to edit videos. So hopefully that situation will change. I will be able to post a little more often. In any case, at that time, like 11 months ago, we did the pre-turning of 8 bowls from chestnut oak. This is one of them, and we covered the end grain with paraffin wax. The idea was to avoid the forming of cracks and checks, and also then evaluate how the weight and the shape was changing month after month. Unfortunately, I couldn't do that, but I would like to retake it now, that many months after, and see what happened with these. Some of them didn't generate any checks, like this one. Some others did generate checks, like you can see here, over there, in this case. So let's see what happens. That's today's video. I hope you enjoy it. Let's get to work. The first thing that I would like to mention is that out of the 8 bowls, 4 of them, which are these 4, didn't suffer any checks. We have this large one, you can see, looks pretty good. You can see it here. Didn't suffer any cracks whatsoever. Then we have this one, which is a smaller one, also didn't have, as well as this small one here. And then this one that is medium size, I haven't detected either any type of cracks in any place. Then the other 4, which are these 4 here, suffer some kind of check or cracks. I have a big crack on this one here. Okay, doesn't have much in the base though. And then we have this one. This one had a crack here and also in here. Doesn't have much in the base except for one over here. Then we have the first one that we did, the rough turning. It kept the same crack at the beginning, so it just got stabilized after that. And finally, this one has a lot of checks, particularly in the base. You can see them here and here as well. There is one there, another here, another here. So basically that's the situation with these 4 that suffered cracks. The next thing I would like to do is to see how the shape changed in all these 10 months. And if you take a look, the diameter in the longest direction 10 months ago was 374 millimeters. If we take the measure today, we have that is basically the same, 374 millimeters. So there was no change there. Now, when we look in the diameter that is perpendicular to the grain direction, about 10 months ago it was 369 millimeters, and today is 361. So there was a contraction in the direction that is perpendicular to the grain, which is typical in this type of situation. And now let's take another example. This is the one that we pre-turned first, and if we look in the direction of the grain, which is this one, let's see, we had 290 millimeters before, and today we have between 290 and 289, so basically not much variation in the direction of the grain. However, if we take a look in the direction that is perpendicular to the grain, we used to have 285 millimeters, and today we have 281. So there was a small contraction in the direction that is perpendicular. So that's typically because what happens is that the grain in this direction doesn't contract that much. The next thing I would like to do is to weight one of these balls and see how the weight changed in all this time. We have here that the weight was back in September 13 of 2021, 2,274 grams. And then on October 20, 2021, it was 2,044 grams. So what I'm going to do is take a look. We can see here the balance is empty, it's showing 0 grams. So let's place the ball right there. And we can see now that the weight is 1,758 grams. So there was a substantial reduction in the weight of this ball. This is another example. You can see there that on September 18, the weight was 1,038 grams, and on October 20, it was 922 grams. And we can place it here, and we see that now is 767 grams, so there was also a substantial reduction for that one. The 8 balls have lost between 21 and 27% of the original weight. What I would like to do now is to use a measurement of humidity with this device and check what is the humidity of the ball in different parts of it, in the side grain and also in the end grain as well as in the base. So let's take a look first on the side grain. We can see that the humidity is approximately 10.5% on the side grain. If we take a look on the end grain, it's substantially higher, it's 17.3%. I will say that the paraffin is actually retaining the humidity there, and because there is no paraffin on the side grain, it's letting dry faster. Let's take a look at the base. And once again there we have almost 18% of humidity. Okay, my friends, as we could see, there was a substantial reduction in the weight in these balls, and that means that they lost a lot of water. When we checked the humidity, we saw that in the side grain is about 10%, in the end grain was around maybe 18%, and we had to consider that probably when these pieces were just turned, the humidity was between 40 and 60%. So they had lost substantial amount of water. Now the paraffin wax in the end grain is not allowing the water to go out of there quickly, and that has prevented that some cracks appear, at least in 4 of these bowls. Unfortunately, the other 4 we still had cracks. That's the capricious nature of wood, and we cannot do anything about it, except for what I will say later. But meanwhile, I think the best course of action is for these ones, the ones that didn't crack yet, to let them stand for a few more months, keep monitoring the humidity, and when the humidity reaches about 8% all around, then we are ready to do the final turning. But because I am not that patient, maybe in the next video what I will do is to take one of the balls that have produced cracks and mounted on the lathe, do a very thin wall turning so that the drying will be faster, and then fix the cracks and see what happens. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this video. If that's the case, please don't forget to mark the like button below, make comments, and if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please do so. There appears the button to facilitate the subscription, and it will be until the next one. Cheers!